Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoring Guides bringing you my guide for Transformers Devastation on Prime difficulty. Today we're doing Chapter 5, which is called To Cybertron. And real quick, we're going to get to the same screen we always get to, and as you can tell, I'm playing a different version of Optimus Prime. I'm playing the Neon Prime, or whatever it was called. It's basically a pre-order skin you get for pre-ordering the game. I'm going to show you up the weapons I have. I have a hammer, which is one of my least favorite weapons. At first it was. But now after using it a little bit more, at least doing this chapter, I kind of started to like it a little bit more. And I have some kind of like flame cannon thing. I have used a cannon before. It was a confused cannon, which all they do is just like status ailments and stuff like that. But anyway, this is the first mission. This is the shortest chapter actually in the whole game. But do not take this chapter so lightly. It is a boss rush. You fight 3 bosses. But it's one of those things where like every mission's a boss. This is Starscream, and oh my god, the thing is, I understand that Starscream and the Transformers mythos is supposed to be like, I guess the weakest of the Decepticons or something, from what I understand. And well, that's from the media that I've always seen and stuff. Even without playing this game, I kind of figured that because they would always mention it somewhere. But anyway. Even though he might be the weakest of the Decepticons, he's still a rather pain in the ass, especially in this level. Well, not this level, but this area that we're fighting. We only have to fight him here once. This is the last place we ever had to fight anybody in. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back. I think we have to fight Megatron here. We gotta fight Megatron somewhere kind of like this. I think we fight him either here or... I know we fight him in space. Spoiler alert. But... this fight is just... I hate the way the floor works. I don't understand this area. Everything's so twisty and turny, it just confuses me, so it makes it a lot harder for me to hit Starscream. One thing about this, about Starscream is just do what I always say you should do, and that's just, if you don't see him, if you don't see anybody, just start rolling. Just keep, evading. The best way to evade, at least with Optimus, is just simply use the dash and then evade. But for some reason, I got a stun on him right there. I think it might be because I was charging up my hammer. The hammer has 2 charges, it seems like. It has you can hold square and you can hold triangle for it too, which is pretty cool. I did end up dying on this fight because it's a rather difficult fight. I think I died like once. But I had done this chapter... I did do this chapter before this recording. Only problem was, I had like 12 auto repairs, and now it's like I have 7 or 6 or whatever now. Well, that's because I kept dying on this chapter, and I'm like, I want to redo it again, because somehow I just explicitly failed. And of course I failed that overdrive, because I can't see where the wall is. I don't understand where the floor is at. This whole area really irritates me. But don't worry, this fight's almost over pretty soon. And I'm just trying to use the hammer to my best of abilities. I think that was probably the square triangle combo. I don't know. But there's a combo where you can get it out in 3 hits. You can make a final slam attack, which is really nice. And the thing is, freaking loudspeaker. I think I only got one shot with that thing throughout this entire fight. I know I can probably just use focus time to my advantage to maybe use the loudspeaker to do it or to hit him. But for some reason, even when I had the chance to do it, I was just too panicked. And I was just too nervous to go for it, so I just went with my gut instinct and just hit him in the face. I tried shooting out some of this, I don't know what it's called. I know it was a cannon, probably like a flame cannon or something like that. But when you shoot it out, it explodes into like this ball. Well, it shoots out like a ball and it'll explode. And it can hit, I think, nearby enemies and stuff like that too, which is pretty cool. At least the confused cannon did for me. This one, since I didn't have very many enemies to really fight with, it was just like I would just shoot at him, and it would do like a status effect, which would just burn him over time, as far as I could tell. But I think I figured out how the second vehicle attack for Optimus works. I think it's maybe it works on like different types of weapons. Maybe different weapons allow you to do different amounts of vehicle attacks, which I think would probably more likely just be 2. I assume that's true, but then again, I'm probably wrong completely. Or maybe it's because I have him level 99. I've not yet figured that out yet. But of course, you think like fighting Starscream is hard enough. No, this is worse. Well, actually, Starscream's the most irritating to fight in this whole chapter. But this guy, Blitzwing, oh my god. You guys should know by now, I hate Blitzwing with a passion in this game. He's one of those... he's one of those Transformers that can transform into 3 different things. A robot, a jet, and a tank. And I think there's multiple ones, too. I started doing some research about Transformers and stuff like that, looking into, like, Gen 1, and trying to figure out who they all are. And so Starscream's a part of these things called the Seekers. Those Seekers, they do have a different name, but I already forgot their names. And like I said, it would have been so nice for somebody who obviously doesn't know, jack diddly about... Well, it's not like I don't know a lot. I don't know everything. And I probably never will. And I would like to have some knowledge to a degree to where I can understand what's going on. I bought the game because it's a Platinum Games game, and the Transformers movies were pretty cool. And I have some Transformers toys and stuff. I used to have some as a kid, so it was just like one of those things. It's like, you know what? Screw it. Why not? But yeah, you have to fight so many ground soldiers in this part. When you take out the first wave of ground soldiers, you have to take down like 2 tank enemies. It's ridiculous. But Blitzwing himself, getting him by himself is not... Well, getting him by himself is hard. But taking him down by himself isn't really that hard, so just keep that in mind. Just worry about the other guys first. Don't worry about Blitzwing. If you can't see him, just do what I was doing earlier, where I had dash mode on. I was just, evading all the time. Stuff like that. It's really not that hard, and the final boss of this chapter in particular is going to be extremely easy. I do have the trophy for beating him on Commander. This is Shockwave I'm talking about. I do have the trophy for beating him. I think I kicked his ass on Magnus mode without taking damage. It was either Commander or higher, that's what it was. And I believe this one was Magnus. I don't think I did on Prime though. Because Prime is just... It's something else. The enemies are, a lot faster than, your basic, normal, other modes. I don't think they're really necessarily faster. I think it's just like they just combo faster. You guys kind of get what I'm talking about. But this is just Shockwave. The cool thing about him is you can evade right into his lasers. Well, not exactly right into them, but you know what I mean. You can pretty much evade those laser attacks and get focus time off those. And of course, when you get focus time off him, you can just go straight into using the loudspeaker to basically stun him. Now, I don't know if it hasn't been apparent enough, but throughout this whole entire campaign, loudspeaker is going to be one of those OP best friend kind of things. Which I want to mention real quick. I do have a double S loudspeaker. I think you get loudspeaker from fighting. I think it was Soundwave. I think you kill him off. Either that or a challenge. You guys might have to look that up for yourselves because I have no exact clue. Oh, another thing about Shockwave that he likes to do is he likes to summon these shadow clones of himself, but they're a lot easier to take out than him, of course. Because they're a lot weaker, but I think he summons like 3 or 4. And he's got these electric balls, which, again, you can always, get focus time off those. Now, the thing is, when a Decepticon is in transform mode, which, Shockwave's transformation is just basically this gun, you can use the, I keep forgetting the name, loudspeaker to get them out of transform mode, but of course they won't stay stunned either. That's the thing. You'll just untransform them, or transfix them as, I presume this game calls it. I don't think it's transfixed. If you're transfixed, you can't move for a while. No, you can move, but you can't transform for a while. I think that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I never really, looked into greater detail about this game that much. But I have played this game so much this month, After I get done with this campaign, I'm not going to jump straight into Bumblebee, though. So. But I will probably be using double S weapons for Bumblebee, because I did go through it on Optimus Prime, so I think I deserve that. At least. And I'm pretty sure by now you guys will probably, if you're going to do Prime, you're probably going to do with Optimus, because I definitely recommend just doing the Optimus first. But there you go, that's Shockwave in a nutshell. It's pretty dang easy to take out. But anyway, folks, I'll see you in Chapter 6. As always, take care, everybody.